Imagine waking up in a world where modern civilization has collapsed. No electricity, no supermarkets, no internet. In such a scenario, how would we rebuild? Lewis Dartnell's The Knowledge offers a roadmap to reconstructing society from the ground up. So let's dive into the 7 essential steps to reboot civilization. And if this kind of idea sounds familiar, it might be because I made a video about how useless most of us would be if we were dropped into the distant past about a month ago. I thought this one is a sequel of sorts. Also, I want to clarify right now that what I mean is essentially think of a global catastrophe, essentially post-apocalyptic in a sense. That is the type of world from which we're going to try and rebuild society from. So the immediate first step would be to prioritize shelter, warmth, and water. In the immediate aftermath of a catastrophe, securing shelter is key. Exposure to the elements can be as deadly as any other threat. You want to seek out existing structures that can be repurposed, but always assess their stability. And if none are available, constructing a basic shelter using natural materials like wood, leaves, and mud can provide the necessary protection that you would need to survive in this environment. Warmth is critical, especially in colder climates. So learn to build efficient fires using available resources. Understanding insulation techniques such as using layers of clothing or creating windbreaks can really help retain body heat. And of course, water is crucial for survival, so natural sources like rivers and lakes might be contaminated, so boiling water is the reliable method to killing pathogens. Additionally, constructing simple filtration systems using sand, charcoal, and gravel would help purify the water. Step 2 is to scavenge wisely and initiate farming. Initially, scavenging available resources like canned goods, tools, and seeds would be able to sustain you, but that's a temporary solution. Transitioning to agriculture ensures long-term food security. Understanding soil types, crop rotation, and irrigation techniques will be fundamental in establishing a reliable food source. Start by identifying fast-growing, high-yield crops suitable for your environment. Think beans, potatoes, and leafy greens as good options. Save seeds from each harvest to ensure future planting, and composting organic waste can enrich the soil, promoting better crop growth. Step 3 is to commit to intensive farming practices. Farming is labor-intensive and requires dedication. Selecting appropriate crops for the climate, managing pests, and ensuring soil fertility are continuous tasks. Like I said before, implementing composting and natural fertilizers can enhance the yield, and over time, mastering these practices will be able to lead to a surplus in production, allowing for trade and community growth. I think it's also important to consider diversifying your crops to prevent soil depletion and reduce the risk of total crop failure. You want to incorporate livestock if possible, since animals can provide meat, milk, and labor. A successful farm requires constant attention and adaptation to changing conditions. Step 4 is to develop reliable heat energy sources. Beyond basic warmth, heat energy is essential for cooking, sterilization, and industrial processes. Constructing efficient stoves and kilns can aid these tasks. Exploring renewable energy sources like solar or wind can provide sustainable power solutions. Understanding and harnessing these energies will be pivotal in advancing technological capabilities. Wood gasification is a method where wood is converted into combustible gas, which can power engines. During World War II, over 1 million vehicles in Europe ran on wood gas due to fuel shortages. Learning such techniques can be invaluable in a post-apocalyptic world. Step 5 is to maintain rigorous hygiene standards. Preventing disease outbreaks hinges on cleanliness. Regular hand washing, waste disposal, and clean living environments are non-negotiable. Producing soap from animal fats and ash is a simple yet effective method. And educating the community on hygiene practices will safeguard health and ensure social stability. You want to construct latrines away from water sources to prevent contamination, boil or filter drinking water to eliminate pathogens like I mentioned earlier, and you want to also encourage practices like regular bathing and cleaning of living spaces to reduce the spread of illness. And maybe also because nobody wants to live in a musty world. Step 6 is to provide effective medical care with basic technology. While advanced medical equipment may be unavailable, basic healthcare is achievable. Understanding herbal remedies, wound care, and sanitation can address common ailments. Training individuals in first aid and establishing protocols for emergencies will be life-saving. Over time, rebuilding medical knowledge and infrastructure will enhance community resilience. Ideally, you would create a stockpile of medicinal plants known for their healing properties. Learn to identify and prepare these remedies safely. Establish a clean area for treating injuries and isolate those who are ill to prevent the spread of illness. Quarantining. And step number 7 is to reconstruct timekeeping methods. Timekeeping is crucial for agriculture, coordination, and societal organization. Observing celestial patterns can aid in developing calendars. Constructing sundials or water clocks can provide daily time measurement. Re-establishing a sense of time will bring structure and predictability to daily life. Understanding the seasons helps in planning agricultural activities. Regular timekeeping allows for scheduling tasks, meetings, and rituals, and it also fosters a sense of normalcy and order within the community. Now, if I could add one step to this, that step would be to add communication technologies. So while Dartnell's 7 steps provide a solid foundation for rebuilding civilization, reestablishing communication is equally vital in my opinion. Effective communication enables coordination, information sharing, and the reformation of social structures. Assuming there's an absence of a lot of modern infrastructure, simple communication methods can be invaluable. For instance, Morse code, which represents letters and numbers through combinations of dots and dashes, can be used to transmit messages over long distances using basic equipment. Constructing a rudimentary telegraph system with scavenged materials allows for the sending and receiving of messages, facilitating coordination among the survivors. Additionally, building a crystal radio, a simple receiver that requires no external power source, can allow you to pick up AM broadcast signals. In a collapsed society, this could be critical for receiving weather alerts, survivor communications, or emergency messages. In fact, similar foxhole radios were built by soldiers during World War II, using blue razor blades and graphite to create functioning receivers. Even with limited tools, guides exist showing how to replicate these designs. I guess they wouldn't be as accessible in that scenario, but it's the fact that they are even made that show the simplicity of this technology. Overall, reestablishing communication networks not only aids in immediate survival, but also lays the groundwork for rebuilding societal structures. By sharing knowledge, coordinated efforts, and fostering a sense of community, communication technology plays a pivotal role in the resurgence of civilization. It's literally what makes humans better than every other animal on this planet. Our ability to share knowledge through our language and be able to teach our kin, it is second to none, but I digress. But yeah, rebuilding civilization is a monumental task, but with knowledge, resourcefulness, and collaboration, it's achievable. Lewis Dartnell's The Knowledge serves as a guide, illuminating the path forward. By understanding and applying these principles, humanity can rise from the ashes and forge a new, thriving society. For a deeper dive into this topic, I suggest exploring The Knowledge, How to Rebuild Our World from Scratch by Lewis Dartnell. And if you guys have any other suggestions to add on, please write them down in the comments below. I'm curious what you guys have to say about this. And yeah, please like, comment, and subscribe.